Captain's Log, Subdate 200515.2. I have assembled the hydroponics garden that is supposed to help me grow food for this long trip, but I do believe Subfleet sent me the wrong one, as this one only grows toffee yogurts and fruit pastels. Who on earth got my package then? Welcome everyone to the 7th this week at Twitter or T.W.A.T. Today we have many differing subjects worth going through. The first is going to concern Betsy DeVos, who's gotten into a little trouble from the National Women's Law Centre, who put out this cringy 19-second video, no audio, so I can just talk over it, tweeting out that Betsy DeVos and UsedGov finalised a rule that guts Title IX protections for students. During a global crisis, because they're comparable, they prioritised changing the rules to protect those accused of sexual assault over survivors. Citation needed, of course, and we'll get into it in a moment. That's unconscionable. We're taking them to court. #HandsOffIX. Interesting to note, I have covered Title IX many times on this channel because I don't like it. I don't like the idea of a college having that level of power and autonomy and be able to implement their own justice. Title IX, courtesy of the Dear Colleague letter, made it so much easier for people to accuse, and for those to be accused, be guilty without innocence, therefore no due process, which is the very thing Betsy DeVos has introduced to Title IX, to give people their rights, the same rights they have outside of college. Therefore, the National Women's Law Centre and everyone else that is going to sue them, including the ACLU, can suck one. You are jumping on the idea of rape culture, I believe. There is no rape culture, stop it. And quite frankly, this is one of those times where Betsy DeVos is right. The Dear Colleague letter watered everything down. Colleges in clandestine meetings decide your fate without you even having a chance to defend yourself, and if you're accused, you get suspended, without being given a chance to know what you did, what you're accused of doing anyway, and be given a fair chance to defend yourself. That is unacceptable, and I don't agree with it in the slightest. Innocence until proven guilty. As we've got quite a few to go through, let's move on. Ooh, this should be interesting. A video? Let's watch it.
Hey guys, so I get a lot of questions about hot tea, so today I wanted to show you what this American girl likes as hot tea. So I mix a lot of ingredients together. So first is 1 cup of Insta tea, 2 cups of Tang Country Time lemonade, 1 cup of sugar, another cup of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cloves. Mix it all together. Put some water in a cup. Heat your water in the microwave. Add a few teaspoons to your hot water. Give it a little stir. And that's what I...
What is this blasphemy? I'm half tempted to put on my judge outfit. Earphone warning, everyone. I am half tempted to put on my judge outfit and sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. You should be ashamed of yourself. I think after I've made you all suffer through that absolute heresy, we all deserve a nice little chuckle. It is very important that many abide the rules of the government in our totalitarian states, authoritarian, totalitarian theocracies, I don't know what they are these days, but while we're following them, we wear face masks. This guy's got the right idea. Not so sure about her, though. As it was shared on Twitter, let's just take a moment. Yep. Okay, we're done with that. Let's move on to something else equally light-hearted. Because there's nothing wrong with me doing a video like this and inserting a very cute dog like this one. So I guess we should go back towards the more serious topics by going to Piece de Resistance, who has tweeted the unemployment rate rose to 14.7% in April. During the Great Depression, it took 2 years for the unemployment rate to hit 15%. During the #Trump Depression, the jobless rate hit about 15% in -2 months. I think that's minus the curve, I can't be sure. Trump says not even the Democrats blame him. Wrong, we all blame Trump. I don't think he's referring to the idiot that makes a false equivalence. You cannot compare the Great Depression to that of this. This isn't his fault. It genuinely isn't, nor was the Great Depression for that matter. I'll stand firm by my belief that while it is okay to blame once this is all over, while we're still dealing with it, perhaps blaming is not productive because it leads to tweets like this, which are dishonest, are incorrect. There will be some Democrats, yes, that will blame Trump for this, because they're too stupid to focus on the problem at hand, deal with the problem at hand, and once the problem has been fixed, then inquire into where the blame should truly be placed, and then, I don't know, seek compensation? Or get over it, like a grown-up. But I will stand firm by this. While it didn't take long for the jobless rate to rise to the rate it has, prior to that, the unemployment rate in the US was remarkably low, which tells you, unless you're telling me COVID-19 was Trump's creation and he did it solely to destroy your country, which I think might go against a number of his own business interests, property being one of them, perhaps it is incorrect and inaccurate to surmise that he is somehow to blame for this. There will be people that blame him Republican, Democrat, Liberal, Green, whatever you want to call yourself. But it is not correct to do so at this present time. And I would still say even afterwards, it's unlikely going to be his fault. I said a few times last week, this should be dealt with at state level. While the buck stops at him, I still think it incorrect and unwise to start assigning blame, but people are going to do it regardless because Trump. Tweets like this getting the traction that it gets, which this did get some traction. I mean, enough people were just blaming it all on the Trump administration regardless. But tweets like this will only help him. They don't help you. And do you want to beat him with that geriatric? Next. So next we go to this joke, I think, from Sydney Watson. Now, I take no issue with the joke because I get the joke. It's the reductio ad absurdum of the more feminine liberal men. I get it. It's a bit cringe regardless, as was the retweets from this of people doing their own political or identitarian spin on it to dump on Sydney Watson. So next we're going to go to a Twitter poll. Do you think there are more unironic Raylos or Nazis? This got a bit of backlash. It should be noted Empress JXE, who tweeted this poll out, has said it was entirely a joke, going so far as to put a statement out concerning this. And why is that? Because when people saw this hot take or shit take, they decided to pounce on it with comments like this, all the buzzwords, oh my lord, dear lord, please protect me from the misogyny of a Mad Bant's Twitter poll. What is unsurprising to me is that 7 episodes into this series, people are just so easily offended. It's astonishing how quick they pounce on something that is clearly a joke and run with it as serious because reasons, none of which are obvious, clear or rational. They are entirely bollocks. If I could have thought of a clever way of doing it, the acronym for this series would have been bollocks. But I think I'm just about lucky to get T.W.A.T monetized. I don't think I'd get bollocks monetized. But who knows? Perhaps what we need right now is something really stupid that was posted on Twitter that's really funny, painful but funny. Like this. Moving on. Next we go to Jana Riley, who put out a tweet of question for the white folks on my timeline. What are you doing to make sure that you're raising children who won't kill mine? Any white person want to answer that? Don't worry, someone did, when they said, though I feel like I have to say it's important we raise all our children to do this. My 25-year-old white daughter was shot and killed by a 26-year-old black male she'd known for less than 3 weeks. I am demolished by this loss and have a younger son. Not once in 16 months have I felt, and it continues, to which Jana Riley replies, sorry for your loss. Don't all lives matter this post, though. Purity rather than civility. The disgusting white person in this who is raising awareness for all lives matter is actually correct. Now granted, Jana Riley no doubt has a point within her area of the world. Sure. Do I need my sarcasm signed for this? Tweets like this are going to get toxic responses, but tweets like this are also going to get responses from people who want to point out It's not just black people who are the victims of crimes, who are going to get harmed by someone else, either of a different race or of the same race, either because they are of different race or because of something else. There are many factors that play a part in it, and this kind of tweet is pure poison. But it's not the one I've saved for the last one. The last one's a video of a babysitter. Grumble.
You don't do that shit. Fuck wrong with you, gay ass bitch?
You are going to the moon of Titan, where you will serve on a Labour camp for the rest of your days. With all of these tweets, I'm very much interested to know what you think was the stupidest. Much like Exhibition of Stupid People, I'm keen to know. Before we finish, new video on Moisky Live streaming there tonight. Charity stream on Irate Alex's channel, either Twitch or YouTube. I'll link both down below. Have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all for listening.
Hello?
What's this?
Dunno, what's here? Should be my fruit pastels and toffee yogurts. Protein bars, muesli, and disappointment. Who's got my toffee yogurts and bloody fruit pastels then?